Meghan, an actress, shows she can play a victim, and maybe she is. But of what or whom? There's an attraction between narcissism and victimhood.
You will not believe what happened with Meghan Markle the other night on Fox News. Greg Gutfeld made this crazy joke about a Louisiana guy who had to choose between surgery or marrying Meghan, and everyone in the studio laughed so hard, and Meghan's perfect image got totally ruined, and the panel was losing it, and you could feel the drama hitting her team. And it was one of those moments everyone will remember because it was so wild.
So anyone who crosses her can be the victimizer. A clever operator, she showed that in the oppression Olympics, anyone can play, even from behind a gated mansion in the Hollywood Hills.
You will not believe what happened to Meghan Markle again. She got turned into the joke of the nation, and this time it was not about her brand or charity or activism. She trended because a famous host joked that marrying her was worse than surgery, and everyone in the studio just lost it, laughing so loud and wild that it was impossible to ignore. And her name is now like a guaranteed punchline in America. And you can imagine how bad that feels for someone who really wants people to take her seriously.
And not to do any of their duties, and then they weren't given basically the protections and the funds that come from the royal service.
You will not believe what happened to Meghan Markle. This time, it was not some small podcast or a comic show. This was Fox News, the biggest cable channel in America, and millions of people saw her name linked to surgery. And when the main networks make fun of you, your serious image just disappears. And with her money troubles, Netflix deals falling, and Spotify leaving, she really needed something good to happen. Instead, she got everyone laughing at her on TV, and her team staying quiet just made it worse, and people say she hates being made fun of. She wants everyone to love her and admire her, but instead, she became the joke of the year.
For their own security. Basically, that was it. Should the royal household or the British taxpayer pay for the security if they're not there? I would argue no. I think the other thing that really got me in the interview was, well, two things. Did you see that for 8?
You will not believe how bad it got for Meghan Markle. The joke worked so well because people already think she is unbearable. And it was not just one bad joke. It showed how her reputation is falling in the media Hollywood and with the public. And when even TV hosts and comedians know your name makes people laugh, your whole empire starts to crumble. And Greg Gutfeld has made fun of her many times on his show, and every time people laugh even louder. And now she has become an easy target for comedy shows, and everyone is watching.
About flower girl dresses. And I'm pretty sure that in every family, when there's a big wedding, someone cries.
Yes.
Because it's just stressful. And she got to do this, and he didn't get to do that, especially in big families. And it's like big thing, but like 8 minutes about who made who cry about Flower Girl.
You will not believe what happened with Meghan Markle again. Every time her name comes up, hosts know the audience will laugh right away. And it's not because the joke is smart. It's because people already think she is ridiculous. And Gutfeld's joke about surgery worked because it fit what everyone already thinks. Now Meghan is not respected. She is made fun of. And once a public figure becomes a joke, the damage sticks forever. Think Paris Hilton in the 2000s. Think Lindsay Lohan in her crazy moments. And now Meghan is in that club, and the laughing is not stopping. And all the stuff she sold the world about being a feminist hero, a charity icon, and a victim of the mean monarchy means nothing when everyone just laughs at her.
Milton sent flowers, which sounds like a very gracious thing to do. Look, the racism thing for her, it's a serious charge. I do wonder why Oprah Winfrey didn't press them a little bit harder. You can imagine that it might have been said, but again, I would do that. The last thing I would say is, she said,
You will not believe what happened with Meghan Markle. Her image of rising up for women and minorities completely fell apart. Her brand flopped. People called it a Montecito money grab. Her Netflix shows did badly. Critics said they were flashy but empty. And her speeches just sounded like her talking about being a victim instead of inspiring people. And this is why jokes like Gutfeld's hit so hard. They show the huge gap between how Meghan sees herself and how everyone else sees sees her. She wants to be like Diana 2.0, but the world just sees an entitled celebrity who used the crown and failed. And maybe the most telling reaction to all this was not the laughter.
This before I got married.
Right, that's a lie.
It can't possibly be true.
Yeah. Just a correction there, Dana. The royal baby does have some very large duties. Jesse, I saved you for last because I know that this is a story that is important to your heart. You've been Googling Prince Harry since, I don't know.
You will not believe how bad it got for Meghan Markle. This time, the silence was deafening. All the people she counted on in Hollywood who were supposed to support her did nothing. Oprah, who once gave her huge attention, said nothing. Serena Williams, her so-called best friend, said nothing. Even Tyler Perry, who let them stay in his mansion, did not speak up. And the reason is, Hollywood knows something. Meghan does not. Reputation is everything. And right now, her reputation is broke. Being seen with her does not help. It makes you look bad. So all the friends who once cheered for her are backing away. And her humiliation is not just public, it's also really lonely.
So, what's your story?
You've seen my search history.
Yes.
I'm glad that's the only thing that you mentioned on live television. No, I only watched this because football wasn't on, but I have to confess I found it deliciously entertaining.
You will not believe what is happening with Meghan Markle polls in the UK and US show. Her approval is at the bottom. In Britain, she is even less popular than royals like Prince Andrew, and in America, where she thought she was safe, her popularity is dropping fast. And that is why Gutfeld's joke did not shock anyone. It did not make people angry. It made them laugh because it fits what everyone already thinks about her. She is tiring, entitled, and not real. And when people laugh at you instead of defending you, it shows your credibility is gone. Meghan left the royal family to find her voice, but now that voice is completely drowned out by all the laughter.
Someone who wants to be perceived as this naive American who didn't know what she was getting into. She had done no research on the institution or the history or the expectations. It's not all tea and crumpets, Gutfeld.
Yes.
There are royal duties that you have to perform. Big duties.
You will not believe how badly things have gone for Meghan Markle. She tried so hard to reinvent herself as a mogul, a humanitarian, a cultural leader, someone who could inspire people and champion causes. But everything she did just seemed to backfire. And instead of being admired, she has become a meme. And the castration joke on Fox News was brutal, but it revealed the hard truth that she refuses to face, which is that she is no longer taken seriously by anyone. Every time her name trends, it is never about her achievements, her charity work, her speeches, or her activism. It is about people laughing at her, mocking her, and making her the punchline. And once you become the butt of the joke, there is no way to fix it. And her empire, everything she built with Netflix deals, Hollywood connections, her as ever, brand is falling apart. Her projects are underperforming. Critics call them empty and overproduced. And her approval ratings are collapsing both in the UK and America, and even the people who once supported her silently like Oprah, Serena Williams, and Tyler Perry are not coming to her defense. And now on live TV, she has been branded as worse than surgery, which is the kind of public humiliation that sticks forever. And it is not just embarrassment. This is the complete collapse of her credibility, her influence, her image, and her so-called empire and people are watching as all the fame and power she worked for so hard crumbles around her while the laughter keeps growing louder and nothing she does seems to stop it.
Mentioned before that she's expected to perform, so she gets out there and just gets savaged by the British tabloids. Race baiting, anonymous sources, fake news. We're familiar with how that operates, right? So she couldn't hack it. She couldn't handle it, and she became...
You will not believe what is happening with Meghan Markle. Now things have gone way beyond her trying to reinvent herself or be seen as a mogul, a humanitarian, a cultural leader, or someone who can inspire people. Now it has become all about survival and keeping her head above water. No matter what she does, she can spin stories, she can sue people, she can stage as many glossy PR campaigns as she wants, she can post on social media or give interviews or make speeches, but the laughter and mockery have completely taken over, and in the world of media, once your name becomes a punchline, there is no coming back. You do not recover. You fade into the background. And the cruel truth is, Meghan did not trend this week for her activism, her charity work, her brand, or even her marriage. She trended because a Fox News host made that outrageous joke comparing her to surgery, and millions of people laughed at it. And it was not just a few people. It was a massive audience from all over America and even around the world. And you have to think about what that means. She left the royal family to control her story, to tell her own truth, to show the world who she really is and how she wanted to be seen. But now she has no control at all. The narrative is completely out of her hands, and every time she tries to push her image or promote her projects, the public just laughs or mocks her. And it is not going to stop her credibility and influence or crumbling her empire with Netflix and Hollywood deals, and her brand, as ever, is falling apart. Her approval ratings are at rock bottom both in the UK and the US. And even the people who once supported her silently, like Oprah, Serena Williams, and Tyler Perry, are not coming to her defense. And now on live TV, she has been branded as worse than surgery, which is one of the most brutal humiliations you can imagine. And all of this shows that Meghan is no longer in control of her image or her story. She left the royal family thinking she could take the spotlight and run her own narrative, but now the laughter and ridicule have completely drowned out her voice, and the world is watching as everything she worked for so hard falls apart right in front of her, and there is nothing she can do to stop it. And every time her name trends, it is not about her achievements or her causes. It is about mockery and comedy and public humiliation, and this is the reality of Meghan Markle's life. Now she is no longer the hero or the icon she tried to sell to the world. She is now the joke everyone watches and laughs at, and the sad part is there is no easy way back from this kind of collapse. It is permanent, and everyone who is following knows that her story has shifted from reinvention to survival, and from control to being completely at the mercy of the public and media.
She wasn't getting any support from the family, so Harry whisks her away and they dial back their duties, and that's fine. Now, Prince Waters, would I have handled it this way? Absolutely not. I wouldn't have done Oprah. I would have shut my mouth, collected my money from my Hollywood deals.
You will not believe what is happening with Meghan Markle. Now the media controls her story, the comedians control it, the audience controls it, and the verdict is crystal clear. She is not respected. She is made fun of and ridiculed, and Hollywood's silence proves it. No one came to her defense. No ally risked their reputation to help her. Meghan has been left exposed, abandoned, and mocked in front of the whole world. And the bigger question now is, can she ever recover from being reduced to a punchline once the public laughs at you? Once your name becomes the joke instead of the headline, is there any way back? Or is this the moment where everything she tried to build in Hollywood, her reinvention, her brand, her fame, finally collapses for good? And now it is your turn. I want to hear what you think.
In my grandmother's lap, whose husband is in the hospital right now. So a little advice from a commoner.
Yes.
Maybe not. Don't go on Oprah. Okay. Maybe try that.
Yeah, go on Waters World.
Yeah.
It would be great.
Commoner.
You will not believe what is happening with Meghan Markle. Now, was Greg Gutfeld's joke just harmless comedy, or does it show how far she has fallen? Can she rebuild her image? Or is this the start of the end for her credibility? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. This was one of her most humiliating moments, and the world saw it. This wasn't just about Gutfeld. It shows how mocking Meghan has gone mainstream. She used to be untouchable now, now. Comedians, networks, and the public laugh at her every move, fuels the joke, and the brutal truth is, Meghan Markle is not in control of her story anymore. She's lost it, and once you're a joke, you stay a joke. If you want all the latest royal drama, celebrity chaos, and juicy gossip broken down in one place, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so Taylor Tells All keeps you updated on every shocking moment.